I think that we have, as a culture, wanting to rid ourselves of our trash so that we can't see it or smell it, so that it just doesn't exist any longer. But that is just not reality. Everything that comes in has to go out, and what do we do with that leftover? What do we do with our waste? Do we stick it all in the landfill, or are there parts that can go into the landfill and other parts that are really valuable to our food systems? That's the awareness that we're hoping to cultivate.
Food scraps that were once buried forever are now being saved, and the nutrients in them recovered. Grow Compost of Vermont is helping waste producers divert food scraps and other organic materials from landfills. Some are hauled to the anaerobic digester at Vermont Technical College to produce energy and become fertilizer. Some goes to Grow's facility in Moortown, where it is turned into organic compost, sold to gardeners and growers locally and all over New England.
Our business differs from a lot of other for-profit businesses in that we're really looking at the whole system and not just selling compost. We love to sell compost, but our business is about helping our community understand the whole process. So when customers come to visit, we're not just trying to push a product on them. We're trying to help them understand where that product came from and how it should be used. And then invite them to come back with their food scraps so that we can build this business as a community.
Grow Compost works with commercial customers like the Stowe Mountain Lodge to help them establish composting programs. The lodge diverts more than 100 tons of food waste a year.
That includes all of our food and beverage operations, our staff dining hall, all of our weddings and banquets. Goes to Grow Compost where it's processed, and then we bring it back here for utilization in our landscape facility-wide. We're really proud here at Stowe Mountain Lodge to have a full circle compost program. It's important to practice community-based nutrient management. You know, the nutrients were generated here on site, processed that grow, and then brought back to add to our gardens. It's a fantastic model.
We don't use any chemical fertilizers or pesticides, and when you grow organically, you need to add fertility into the soil, and compost is the easiest, most direct, most sustainable way to do that. And Grow Compost is our go-to source. What I really like about Grow Compost is that they're part of this solution for this waste stream problem that we have. We used to think of, we meaning collectively, of dirt and something that you would garden with, but now we're becoming more conscious of the role of nutrients and the role of compost, and I think people are beginning to learn that this is a really quality resource, a valued resource that we have in our community. And Lisa and Scott are able to reframe how we think about gardening by creating this product that allows us all to be better gardeners.
A resource like this is important not only in that we get a material that we can put in our gardens and help our plants to grow, but Scott and Lisa also help to let people know why that's important. That's the key to the whole process. Once you understand it, nobody has to tell you to go get compost or to make compost. You know you need it and you do it.
And I knew Lisa and began to hear about what she was doing. And I got fascinated by the whole process of composting. I really had never been exposed to it before. So I talked with Lisa a little bit. I took a class from Vermont Extension Service in composting and started composting my food scraps to use in my own garden at home.
It's important to have these great role models for proper handling of organics here in the state moving forward. They've been a great partner, and they provide not only the world's best compost, but also support and guidance for others to operate moving forward.
As Vermont implements its universal recycling law, banning all food scraps and other organic waste from landfills by 2020, Grow Compost will help more Vermonters make the transition to composting.
When you're finished eating an apple and you have an apple core, throwing that apple core into the garbage, what happens next? It ends up in the landfill that's a lined pit. It creates methane gas, which is one of the most harmful greenhouse gases there is, and it poisons our community. If you take that same apple core and you put it in the compost bin, you're returning that resource to the earth where we can grow more healthy food. And so it's a really easy thing that people can do. That's our vision. That is our vision, that people just see that connection.